first example is from Executive Practice 1.1 taken from textbook. Right, so here we have a modulus function, and this is the graph, and the domain is from 0 to 5. So domain, later I'll explain what it is. Okay, but let's first focus on the first question, which is the value of t. Right, so here the value of t is actually this point's y coordinate, and the x coordinate is given, right, which is 5. So to find the value of t, quite simple, we just need to substitute 5 inside this function. So our x will become 5, and if we solve this, inside will be 6, and modulus does not have an impact on positive values, so the answer will be the same, which is 6. Right, so don't just pause here, alright, because some of the students, they might accidentally miss out, right? So just stop here and then go to the next question. Okay, but don't do that, okay? It will minus marks actually. So make sure you have written your final answer, which is t equals to 6. Right, next question, there will be two keywords, okay, as you can see here, range of f, and based on the given domain. Okay, the keyword is domain and range. So domain here represents all the values of x. As you can see here, domain is 0 to 5. So as you can see in this graph, right, it shows that what happens when x is 0 until x is 5. So this is the range from 0 to 5. So range is almost the same thing, it's just that it will be all the values of y or f of x. So if domain focuses on x-axis, range will focus on the y-axis. Okay, so to write out the range, we can use a similar way from the domain. Okay, the center we need to change now, of course, so this x will become f of x. Okay, and we need to find the value of f of x or y, which is the minimum value and the maximum value. Okay, so if you look at this graph, the minimum value the minimum value of y should be here, correct? Because this one is technically the x-intercept where the value of y is 0, right? Y is 0, so this is my minimum y value. Okay, so this one is 0, and the maximum value, which is t lah, right? Because this is the highest y value. So t is 6, so the maximum value would be 6. So our f of x starts from 0 to 6. Okay, some students, they might use this point as their minimum value. So technically it's wrong. Starting point does not mean that the y value is the smallest. Okay, you have to look at the overall graph to see which is the highest y value and the lowest y value. Okay. And lastly, for the next question, range of values of x. So this range and this range is totally different stuff. This one is just to say that what is the value of x from where to where it satisfies this condition. Okay, so to find this value of x using this inequality equation, we need to substitute f of x with the function that we have. Okay, and then we need to use the technique that we have learned from the previous video, which is to split this equation into two. One is the positive version and one is the negative version, and make sure you change the sign of the negative version. Right? So by solving, you will find two answers. One is x less than or equal to 4, one is x more than or equal to 0. But technically, you can combine these two answers together by using this way. Okay, so this part, right, let me move it to the other side. Okay, so this means this 0 will be here, and then this sign I would reverse it, so it becomes something like this. But technically it's the same now. The reason is because I can combine these two conditions together. So if I put x in the middle, right, I put x in the middle, this part will move to here, and this part will move to here, the right side. Okay, so you can combine two conditions together to form one. And so this also applies to the graph, right? So let's say if we focus on this equation, right, f of x less than or equal to 4. So it would be this region. Okay, the region where, right, the part of the line where it is below this line. So this line is where f of x or y is equal to 4. Okay, so we just focus on this range. But since we are finding values of x, so we do based on the x-axis. So let me find the smallest x value and the largest x value in this region, in this part of the line. So the starting would be 0, right? Because it starts from here. Then it ends with here, which technically the value we have already found, which is 4. Okay, so this answer means the part where y is less than or equal to 4 would be x is between 0 to 4.